Hey y'all, it's Miss A. Today we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting integers in the context of word problems. The most common way you're actually going to see it on a test. But before we get started, I do want to address one quick thing. I just want to say thank you. If you are actually watching this video, I thank you and I appreciate you, because I can tell the difference between when a kid watches my videos and when a kid doesn't. So I just want to say I appreciate you. I thank you so much for taking the time to actually watch the video, even though you're at home, because this is the lesson. You can't skip to the activity without the teacher teaching you the lesson first. So thank you so much for actually watching the videos. I appreciate you. So with that, I'm going to do something, it's nothing big, but all I need you to do is either hop on me on Zoom and you're going to send me in the chat box privately this little phrase, or send it to me in email, hashtag you the best, because you are the best and I appreciate you, and you will get a 100 in the grade book. If I need to, I can replace like a low grade with a 100, or I will just give you an extra 100 in the grade book, period. So write this down. Like I said, join me on Zoom, talk with me for a minute, send it to me in a chat in the Zoom, or send me a little email in Canvas and I will get it. And you will get your either replace your lowest grade with 100 or give you another 100. Thank y'all so much. Alright, so let's get started. So here we have a word problem. It says that Jack is the running back on his football team. The first play he gained 12 yards. Second play he lost 15 yards. Third play he gained 25. And fourth play he lost 2 yards. What was his total gains or losses? So, like I've mentioned before, anytime I have a word problem, I like to read it first before I do any sort of marking on it. Now that I've read it, now I'm going to go back and look for those numbers and our keywords. Alright, so Jack's a running back. It's not really crucial to solve this problem. So in the first play, he gained 12 yards. So gaining 12 right there tells me that that's a positive number. Gaining means positive. On the second play, he lost 15 yards. So losing 15 would mean a negative. The third play, again, gained 25 yards. So gaining, again, is positive. Kind of hard to see. And the fourth play, he lost 2 yards. Lost 2. So that's negative. The question is, what was his total gains or losses? So we have to figure out, did he end up with a positive amount for gains, or did he end up with a negative amount, which means he had the losses? I don't know anything about football. I guess anyway, so to solve a word problem, we are going to use our problem-solving strategy, which is the UPS check. Let's scoot up a little bit. Hopefully y'all can still see. Problem. Alright, so we are going to use our UPS check strategy. So we're going to put UPS and then check. So remember, U stands for understand. What do we understand? What do we know from this problem? So I'm going to go sentence by sentence. The first sentence is a running back. Doesn't matter. First play, gained 12. So that is positive 12 yards. Second, might have did a little bit too small. Second play lost 15. So losing 15 would be negative. Third play gained 25. So positive 25. And then fourth play lost 2. So negative 2. We want to know what was the total yards. And if we know anything about the word total means that we need to add. We need to find the sum of all those numbers. Now be careful. That does not mean you just add up all the numbers and you're done. Because the numbers are different signs, we can't do that. Remember, adding, subtracting, the rules were a little bit different. Alright, let's come up with a plan. What would I do to solve this problem? We know we need to find the total, so we know we need to add everything together. So I'm going to take the 12. I'm going to add the negative 15. I can put parentheses around it so I know it's negative. So add negative 15. Then I'm going to add his next play, which was 25. So plus 25. Then I'm going to add his fourth play, which was negative 2. So that's my plan. That's what I need to do to solve this problem. Now I can actually solve it. Now when I go down here to solve it, I'm first of all going to take off those parentheses and just rewrite it without it. Because y'all know I don't like that. And I'm going to move the question. We won't need the question anymore. Alright, so we're going to solve it. So we have 12 plus a negative 15 plus 25 plus a negative 2. And I'm actually going to show you 2 ways we can solve this question. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to notice that I have a couple signs that are back to back here, and I don't like that. It looks weird. So I'm going to take those 2, and I'm going to combine them into 1. And if you remember using our triangle, a positive to negative, that negative overpowers that positive, and those 2 signs become 1 minus. So then I have 12 and 15 plus 25. And then again here, that positive and negative are gone, and I have a minus 2. Alright, now I'm going to solve it just going in order. You know, actually I'm not going to solve it going in order. I'm going to show you the shorter way to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify my positive numbers versus my negative numbers. So here are my positives, positive 12 and positive 25, and the other 2 are negative. What I'm going to do is I'm going to group those together, 12, 25, negative 15, and negative 2. So if you remember from our notes for adding and subtracting, the rules, let me get a sheet of paper so we can write them down. Remember that when the signs are the same, we're supposed to add, and when the signs are different, we're supposed to subtract. So add when the signs are the same, subtract when they're different, and then we always keep the sign of the bigger number. So we need to remember these rules whenever we're solving this. Alright, so same sign, add, different sign, subtract. So by grouping my positives together and grouping my negatives together, I now have the same sign in both problems. So when the signs are the same, we're supposed to add. So these are both positive, so let's add them together. 5 plus 2 gets me 7. 2 plus 1 gets me 3. So this is a positive 37. Because we keep the sign of the bigger number. 25 is bigger. It was positive. So my number is positive. Over here, the signs are the same. So we're going to add them up. 15 plus 2 makes 17. Keep the sign of the bigger number. 15 is bigger. It was negative. So my answer is negative. Now I'm not done yet. Now I need to take my 2 new numbers and I need to combine them. Because I need to find the total of everything. So now I'm going to take these 2 numbers and find the total of them. So I need to do 37 plus the negative 17. 37 plus the negative 17. But remember, those 2 become one sign of a minus. 37 and 17. So all I have to do is 37 minus 17. And I get my answer. And we get 20. And the bigger number was 37. It was positive. So this number stays positive. So over here in the check, I'm going to put my answer. So that check would be, or the answer is 20 yard. And because it's positive, that means it's going to be a gain. 20 yard gain. If it was negative, it would have been a 20 yard loss. Alright, and to check it, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to redo my problem again. Not check my work. I'm going to redo it completely. So I know I took my 2 positives. Because I want to see if I did this correct. I'm less likely to make a mistake twice than I would, and I wouldn't catch it if I just look at my work. So I'm going to take my 12 and my 25. They were the same, so I'm going to add them up. 7 and 37. I'm going to take my 2 negatives, negative 15 and negative 2. They were the same, so I'm going to add them up. Bigger number is 15. Remember, keep the sign of the bigger number. And now these 2 signs are different now. So when the signs are different, I'm actually going to subtract. 37 minus 17. Keep the sign of the bigger number. 37 was bigger, it was positive. So my answer is positive 20. So I know I got it correct. So whenever you're solving a word problem, I highly, highly, highly suggest that you group your negative numbers together, group your positive numbers together, and then after you do that, then you can worry about the two different signs. All right. I'm only going to do one problem with you today because it is review from the activities, from the rules that we did yesterday. The only difference is now we have more than two numbers to work with. So I'm going to leave it at that. I am going to give you one problem that I do want you to do as practice on your own. So you're going to need to pause the video so you can solve this one. And then when you have an answer, please join me on Zoom so I can check the answer and make sure you get it correct before you move on to your activity today. Because if you get this one wrong, you're most likely going to get the questions on the assignment wrong today too. So please pause the video, solve this question. When you get an answer, or if you need help with it, then join me on Zoom and I can help you. All right? Y'all have a great day, and I will speak to y'all soon on Zoom. Bye, guys. Oh, don't forget your little hashtag I told y'all about. Okay? Send that to me in a private chat on Zoom, or shoot me an email in Canvas. All right, guys. Talk to you later.